The year is 2020. As the old financial empires collapsed and crypto drowned in noise and false prophets, one man lost everything. And in that loss, he was called. Through the wreckage of his own failure and the precision of his charts, a higher force revealed what others could not see and entrusted him with a mission to guide others through the chaos he barely survived. They call him Sacred Prophet. And now, the revelation is yours to claim.
Welcome, everyone, to Sunday Fuel for this October 26, 2025. I'm your humble host, Sacred Prophet. Joined as ever by my brother from the same mother, perpetual thorn in my side, and Aaron in training, Peter Bad Guru Hartman. Thank you, Peter, for joining me.
Did the light just flash like with lightning just now? How did that happen? Did the Lord?
I don't know. I guess it just
weird
happens sometimes.
Your boy, look at Bitcoin.
Peter, people have been getting a healthy dose of Sacred Prophet and my alter ego, Tom Hartman. Every day from Monday to Thursday, you guys get to see me on Daily Bread at night between 10 and 12 o'clock whenever I decide to go online, live streaming the news of the day. You also see me do the wrap-up on Fridays on After Hours, which is on the Trader's Post YouTube channel, where I do some of my best work. But here on Sunday Fuel is when I get to speak to my people. Hooah!
Hooah!
All right.
Are we doing
That's
that now?
right.
Are we alphas here? TRT?
No. I'm the only alpha. Everyone else is a... Let's no, forget it. I'll be Alpha Prime, and then everyone else can be alphas.
I see.
Because there's such a bunch of betas, they don't want me to call them betas. I'm gonna call them alphas, and I'll be Alpha Prime. Does that work?
I like it.
All right, let's start at the beginning here. Let's Quinto Tarantino it. Donald Trump and his administration want to buy 1 million Bitcoin as quickly and as fast as possible. They don't care what price they're going to get it at. They just want, one, to have it, and two, for you to know that they're going to buy it. What side of the boat do you want to be on? Shorting?
You underestimate my power.
Charge. Baba Trump's in charge. He's coming for China, he's coming for Canada, and anyone who stands in his way. You know what he said the other day, Peter? What Donald Trump said the other day?
What did he say?
When they asked him about, he said he's going to go after the cartels in Venezuela or whatever it is. Go after the cartels, the drug cartels. And the reporter said, hey, if you're going to go to war with the cartels, why not just go to Congress and get a declaration of war?
Okay.
Do
That
you know
sets
what
a
he said?
precedent. That sets a bad precedent. No, I don't know what he said.
He said, we don't need to have a declaration of war because we're not going to war. We're just going to kill them. We're going to go after them. We're going to kill them, and they're going to be dead. We're going to kill every last one of them.
He said that?
He said this.
Okay. We're just going to kill them.
Jesus. This guy, man. He's, say what you will about him. He's crazy. I mean, he's crazy in the way you go, dude, don't go in there, man. Just let him do whatever he needs to do. Let's wait out his lifetime. He's almost at the end anyway. You wanna go after this guy when he has no F's given? When he doesn't care anymore? Oof. No, thank you. Especially if, anyways, not gonna.
What were you gonna say?
I was
careful about what?
I was gonna go.
What?
Well, there's the Candace Owens in Carroll route.
Right.
Then there's the Steve Bannon, Charlie Kirk before he died route. And I want to stay solidly on that side of it if I'm ever in front of any recording device, which is always all the time.
Okay. It didn't work out very well for Kirk, by the way.
What do you mean? He was telling people that he was going to buck the Holy Global Empire. Are you out of your mind? Yeah. Thanks, Charlie Kirk.
I volunteer as tribute.
I respect the guy, absolutely. But I don't want a bullet in my neck, thanks. All right. So
Neither do
Bitcoin,
I.
Iron trading, everybody. Iron trading. You're supposed to just
Timing is
translate my
everything.
words.
So, okay.
All right. So as we're seeing right now, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, futures are open. And what
Okay, wait.
are
This is not okay. Sorry, this is not the way you do YouTube. Okay, Tom. First of all, you got to tantalize people with a tease about what you're gonna be hearing at the end of this. You got to wait for it because you got something good. You got something good for us near the end of this show.
You don't have any friends.
I have friends.
Nobody likes you.
People like me.
The tease? No, I'm not teasing. I'm not doing that whole thing. I'm not doing the whole thing about.
Okay, so
hey,
you
wait
don't
till
have
the
anything.
end for this
You don't have
amazing
anything
thing.
juicy for us. Is what you're saying. You don't have anything juicy that people should look forward to, right? You're just gonna say something right now that'll be the end of it. People can just tune out. You don't have anything juicy coming up.
No, there is one thing.
Okay. All right, dude. That's all you got to do. Just leave it right there. Now go and say the other thing you wanted to talk about.
Futures are open right now, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sunday, my
Yeah.
favorite day. Should be a national holiday every Sunday night.
Okay.
Futures are open, and futures. Oh, when the futures open, we get to see what the balance of what the news for the weekend, what that has brought. So if you switch to my screen right now, you'll see that Bitcoin jumped up on this epic candle. It jumped up to 2%, right? 2% in the last 10 minutes. If we take a look at the other assets, we have here a gap up. This is on the NASDAQ. We have a gap up on the NASDAQ, and we have a gap up on S&P. Right? Gap up on the S&P here. So, and then we have gold futures going down, which usually means that the dollar will either, well, it won't matter what the dollar is doing right now. And we have oil going up. Peter, the big question everyone's been having with assets is this just a short bounce and then we're going to head over down to new lows because recession signals are flashing. Recession signals are flashing. We've talked about it for weeks. And if you've been watching Daily Bread and After Hours and all that, you've been hearing me talk about it. Jobs numbers, terrible. Way worse than we think. The liquidity crunch within the system, terrible. Going very, very badly.
Didn't CPI come out better than expected?
CPI came out better than expected. Well, what happens if in an inflationary regime, if CPI comes out under expectations, what does that mean? That deflation is so high that it's able to curb the highest inflation we've had since the 1970s.
That doesn't sound good. Why do you make good things sound terrible? I don't understand. Is that your job?
I don't talk about good things or bad things. I am pro Lord of Liquidity. Okay? The whole goal here is to get money into your hands. Not you, but the alpha betas. Get funds into your hands because that gives you more choice, more freedom, more mental space in order to move forward into the new world. We're in the fourth turning here, folks. And if you think the next 80 years are going to be like the last 80 years, you better get that out of your head. Tout suite. That's right now in Spanish. You want to be part of the new world. And in order to do that, you must be exposed to retail markets. If you think you're going to get away without it, you can't. Retail markets are so important that all central banks and all governments pay attention to the financial markets so that they can be exposed to it. All of them do. Yes, even Burkina Faso and Madagascar, they have to pay attention to some degree to financial markets so that they can survive. And if it's important to them, it better be important to you. All right? People spend more time thinking about what name to give their Starbucks barista than they do about financial markets. It's crazy.
Yeah, but if they get their name wrong, it can be bad, you know? It can be bad.
Right. Meanwhile, people sit on the sidelines, oh, should I buy Bitcoin? Should I buy NASDAQ? I don't know. Does all-time high sound good to you? Isn't it too late to buy at all-time highs? Yes. You should have bought when it was red. You should have bought when it was red and you're like, oh my God, I think it's going to be another 10-year bear market. Hey guys, that's over. We're not doing that anymore.
But no more
Kurt
bear
Metzger
markets?
likes to say. No. Look, the test was COVID. COVID was the test. Okay?
Mhm.
The world locked down. The whole world. They destroyed all businesses. They devastated people. People died. Millions of people dead. What did the stock market do? All-time highs within 3 months, and then doubled a year after that. While you're sitting inside trying to figure out how to feed your family, stock market's at all-time highs. If you were exposed to the stock market, you would have been, oh my God, this is, as Peter likes to keep saying, good. This is a stupid word.
Okay,
Stupid
what?
word. Okay. Okay, just serenity now. You need to be exposed to markets. Okay.
We know
That's
that.
what this
We
is
know
all
that.
about.
That's why
All
we're
right.
watching.
That's right. So there's two ways you can be exposed to markets here. There's two ways that I like to talk about our things here on Sunday Fuel. One is a long-term idea. The long-term idea is that we're going to go up and to the right. Tom, what happens when this recession hits? When the recession hits, you're going to short or sell out of the market, and then you're going to buy back in, not worrying about a 10-year bear market, because that's not going to happen. Or you're going to just hold on to it. Not financial advice, do your own research. But the part that we're going to be doing here that we really want to focus on every week is the trading, all right? Because you can actually, because you have a general idea of the direction our markets will go, and the ability to generate leverage either through crypto futures or prop firms or futures trading or anything like that, we're able to use our indicators here that we made at Sacred Profit in order to navigate it, in order to make money. Takes practice, takes skill. It's not fluke, it's not a casino. You just understand how the markets are working. All right. Let's take a look at the levels for our main assets over the next week. So starting off for S&P. So S&P futures here, we're looking at, for the next week, let's switch to the 2-hour chart. On the chart here, we are seeing, as we always do, our levels indicator, which are these dotted lines, which lets us know if the price hits those dotted lines. It means from above or below, we're looking for entries or exits. So all those levels on the chart are great places to either take profit or enter into a position. Peter, if the price comes down and touches one of those lines, what do you do? If the price comes down
and touches the lines, then
Yes.
you go long. It's just going to
You go
bounce
long.
up.
If you go from under, if it breaks down below, then comes up and confirms, what do?
You short.
You short. So if you come from these lines from above, you go long, or you take profits from your short. And if it bounces up from over the, if it bounces below, goes below that line, then comes up and retests, then you short. But Tom, you said if it bounces over here, I would have gone long. What do you mean if it goes underneath? Well, you wait. If you want to be those guys that catches a fallen knife and you want to be risky and get max gain, you buy it as soon as it bounces, as soon as it gets this line. If you want to wait to be more certain, you wait till this bounces and then you go long or short, depending on what side it goes. All right, so these are the levels.
You just set a limit order, right? You just set a limit order a little higher than that.
No, so the reason I don't like that is sometimes you get these sort of things. So you get something like this where the price, here's a good example here. So the price can wick past that line. So what happens is that it goes past and then pulls back. So if, let's say you set a limit order for over here, you have to suffer this drawdown, and this drawdown is how many points? Is 17 points, which may be more than the risk you're willing to take for that position.
Yeah, but you set the limit order higher, a little like higher than that.
You can, but it might not get there. Like over here, sometimes it near misses the line. Where's a good example?
No, above the line, past the line.
Yeah, but it might not do that. Like you see over here where it came back up to this level.
Mm-hmm.
It barely passed it. It barely worked past it. So you might not get it.
But why would you want to go long there if? Oh, you're saying, okay, I see what you mean.
I'm just saying it could hit the line, and you don't necessarily know if it's gonna catch a limit order. So you can, but it can go real far. Like on this one over here that we saw, this is the S&P when it fell on Trump when he talked about the tariffs again. It went past this level here, right? And it went really far down and then came back up.
Right.
But you would have had to suffer this entire drawdown of 62 points. That's more than most people want to suffer. So after this, I entered over here.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as this opened above this level, I entered in and I rolled this all the way up. Then when it came down over here again, I rolled this all the way back up again. Because we're headed towards this level. Anyways,
Makes sense.
let's take a look at the levels for the week ahead for the S&P. So for the S&P, we're looking at all these markets here, except for Bitcoin. We're going to be looking for downward movement, ultimately, because we're going to expect a pullback. When you're dealing with all-time highs, the problem with all-time highs is that everything above us is blue skies. There are no levels up here. So I generally favor the downside. This is what I normally do. I wait till we pull back to one of these levels and then I go long. All right. I wait for some pullback and then I go long, and I just hold that long for as long as we're in all-time highs. Every day I just hold that long. If we get a significant retracement, let's say we break below this level, this is where I'd be looking for a short from here to over here. Does that make sense? Because here I'm in blue skies territories. So I sort of want to wait till a pullback before I go in, because it could pull back at any point. So I might as well wait for here to go long. I could always risk it by taking a small little long here, whatever, but that's just risking it. I like to pull back. And if we break below this level, then I can expect that we move up and then down to this level over here. And if we break this level, we go up and down to this level over here. All right, so this is why I'm calling out the level, so you know where the price, what will be the magnet for the price as you're trading. So the nearest magnet we have right now on the S&P is 68.24. That's for the daily, and for the weekly, nearest magnet is 67.69. On the NASDAQ, our daily level is 25.480, and our weekly level is at 25.233. So these are all short opportunities. On Bitcoin, we're looking at the weekly level to the downside. We'll only know at 10 p.m. tonight, but it'll be around 110. 110 is the downward movement we'd be looking for. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now, Bitcoin right now is in an uptrend from the previous levels. And it's likely, not guaranteed, but likely to get to this unmitigated weekly level above us, which is 118.2. So Peter, what I'm going to ask you here, so to have the 118.2 level above us and the 110 level below us, what is the ideal bullish scenario?
That we go down, clear the levels, and then start going up.
Exactly. The best bullish case is that we come down to this level and move up and then head towards that level and cross it. If we go the other way and we go up and come down, that lends itself to a bear case, because these levels act as magnets. And unless I'm mistaken, there are no other levels above us. Yeah, all the other levels have been taken out. You can understand here, Peter, why it's so important. We've been talking about it again and again. We saw this happen during that Trump tweet. Over here, you see how we moved up on Bitcoin for a while, and then there was this daily level. All these levels over here were not taken out. All these levels had not been taken out. And what happened when the price fell? It came and wiped all those levels out. And where did it stop? At the lowest level here. Then it bounced back up underneath trend, and then it rolled back over. All right. Once it cleared out, we've been clearing out a bunch of the liquidations here. It's been going pretty crazy here. We cleared out a bunch of liquidations. Now they're pretty much gone, and now we're moving to the upside. Okay. But like I said, if we head up over here and we hit it, it doesn't matter how bullish it feels, it's still a lower high. Right? This is a high, this would be a lower high. And then we could easily fall down lower. Plus we're overbought here on the 2 hour. All right, so I'm just calling out these levels. It's up to you to trade them and to figure out how you want to go from there. But the tools are available for you to use in order to figure these things out. Long term, I do think we're going up and to the right, but when you're dealing with 50x leverage on Bitcoin, when you're dealing with prop firm accounts, it doesn't matter what the price will be 6 months from now. It makes no difference whatsoever. So some things you're investing in, you're trading your bag, long-term spot, whatever. your portfolio, and other things are trading with high leverage. And the high leverage, you're using what, max 20% of your portfolio in order to try to get 5, 10, 50 times extra than you would if that money was in your portfolio. But because you know your portfolio is likely to make more than 20%, you're taking some of those profits ahead of time in order to make more money. Okay? All right, so those are the levels I'm looking at. The thing I find, just a couple of things I want to mention here, and this is what I was pretty excited about. I've been speaking up till now about crypto futures, right? 50x leverage on Bitcoin, that's what I like to trade. But that's not the only thing I trade. I also trade prop firm accounts, especially with Top Step. Because the idea here is that you pay a little bit, and if you can thread that needle, you can make thousands and thousands of dollars. And I've realized that forcing people to have to, or only providing people one option of going to crypto futures in order to get access to our indicators, our free indicators, is a problem. So previously, you'd have to sign up as an affiliate for one of our crypto exchanges, and then you get access to our indicators. So that way, it was a fee you're already paying to the crypto exchange, and you got our indicators for free. Some people want to just get our core indicators and just have access to them, and now you can. So now there is a yearly fee of $4.99, and you can get access to all the indicators I'm using here, plus the rest of our core indicators in our suite that you can get through the link in our description here. So if you click on the link inside of our YouTube description, you'll head over to our WAP page, click on our core indicator, sign up, and you'll have access to a suite of indicators, which is our levels indicator, wave, anchors, the entire anchor series. So all the indicators you see on my chart, as well as our liquidity indicator here, where we get the liquidity over time, and our flow indicator that gives us an indication of what our financial conditions like in markets. But if you want to trade futures or prop firms, the indicators you see on my screen are what you want to get, and go into that link. You pay the fee, you have it for the year, you get all the updates for the year, and you can enjoy it. I think it's a perfectly fair price, and actually, I think it's pretty cheap, frankly. It used to be way more expensive before, but I really wanted to get as close to that free status for people as possible while giving you something that can print money.
What's the 7-day free trial thing that I saw?
Oh yeah, you can try it out for seven days for free. You click on the link, you sign up, and you get access to them. You can try it right away. Wouldn't want anyone to have to pay without knowing that they want to do that. But to that end, there are no refunds. So get out of here with your refunds. If you're not certain, don't buy it. Thank you very much.
You got 7 days to try it out, so I mean, you got no excuse there.
Well, what happens is that people forget. They go, one, your trial should be longer.
Of course.
Excuse me. Took me 2 years to come up with and then code these indicators. I should give you how long? I should get a 30-day trial. How about you take your ass over to the crypto exchange, sign up as an affiliate, use it there, and get the indicators for free? What am I doing? Those are true betas. We don't need them.
We don't need the true betas.
We don't need the true betas. Only alpha betas and alpha primes. Okay. Peter, there is only one thing I want to leave us with here before we end today's show, and that's we talked about it so much on After Hours and on Daily Bread. I've been going over all the things, guys. I mean, you got to subscribe to the channel. I've been going through all the news. You're really not missing anything that's really happening of importance if you're watching the show. I really try to boil down, try to make it not boring for people if you're dealing with, treasury auctions and you're dealing with liquidity flows from China and you're trying to understand what the hell this broad Christine Lagarde is talking about when she's on Face the Nation, and you're just trying to get an idea of what all that matters. And I'm the kind of guy who's there. I'm there for you. I'm there for you every single day. So you're like, hey, I need someone who's like a retail trader just like me, but is interested for my own well-being, but has a comedy background and cares about the wonky stuff and wants to distill it in a way in 10 minutes or less so that I can understand what's going on. You find me someone else like that, and I'll kill them. I'll drive over there and I'll beat them to death with a 2x4. I'm sorry.
Figuratively speaking.
I'm sorry. That's metaphorically. It's metaphorically.
So you're about to tell us, is this the juicy thing that you teased at the top of the show?
Well, no, the juicy thing was the you can now buy the indicators, but the extra cherry on top is this whole idea that Trump wants to buy 1 million Bitcoin. Okay.
Oh yes. Okay, this is wild. All right, this is wild. I do not understand what's happening here. All right, this is like someone saying to me, it's like someone saying, they're walking to the dealership, they want to buy the Jaguar. They're like, I am definitely leaving here with a Jaguar. How much does this one cost? You know, I don't understand what's going on. Why would you? Why? I thought the whole thing.
I can't afford not to have the Jaguar.
I can't afford not to have the
literally,
Jaguar. Yeah, exactly. I'm definitely going to get this Jaguar. Now, can we haggle over the price? Like, I don't understand. I thought the whole VWAP stuff and whatever is because institutions, they want to buy low. They have to keep their costs down. And if you forecast that you're going to be buying a bunch, then the price is going to go up on you. Like, what is going? Okay, so I'm jumping the gun. What's the story?
Yeah, so I just want to play the one clip that I thought, I mean, there were two clips last week that I thought just crazy. One was the Christine Lagarde one, but go take a look at that on After Hours or on Daily Bread. Maybe, Peter, you can clip that out into a video because that was amazing. This other one is just as amazing. This is Senator Cynthia Lummis, who's speaking on Bitcoin. Now, I'll preface this by saying you want to really pay attention to how it's pretty clear she doesn't really know what she's talking about. This is very crucial because she's a senator. She's in charge of making the decisions. She's out here speaking about it. She's there setting policy. But I think you'll agree with me that she doesn't really know what she's talking about. So let's hear what she has to say.
I was able to see through several studies that were done. Michael Saylor has done one. Arthur Laffin, the Laffer-Kurd inventor, has done one that profiles if you were to acquire 5% of the world's Bitcoin, roughly 1 million, and hold them for 20 years, you could cut the national debt in half. And so I view a Bitcoin strategic reserve as a means to address the national debt. And because our bill would allow the US to acquire Bitcoin for that purpose without using new borrowed money to do it, it's just taking existing assets that we have that are undervalued and applying them to Bitcoin, which is over a 20-year period going to increase in value. So what we would do is take these gold certificates, convert them from what they're being held at on the US books at their 1974 value, and converting them to current value of gold, and then acquiring the Bitcoin, we would be in a position to fund a U.S. strategic reserve.
Okay, so I've seen this a dozen times, and I'm blown away every single time. Let me just recap what she's saying. She's quoting Michael Saylor's plan, right? Michael Saylor, love the guy. My father was a false prophet. Okay, totally understand. Michael Saylor,
how dare you? Blasphemy.
Has leveraged a tech company that had nothing to do with finance to buy Bitcoin as a treasury item, and it's turned the entire MicroStrategy to the point where now it's not even MicroStrategy, it's just called Strategy. What great name. Has a Bitcoin logo right into the logo thing. Crazy. To leverage Bitcoin to such a degree that people are seriously worried if it's a systemic risk to the system. All right? And he's trying to convince everyone else to do this. Who's on his list, his mailing list? Turns out Cynthia Lummis, Senator Cynthia Lummis from the U.S. legislative branch. Yeah. And she's out here quoting, haltingly, the plan to buy 1 million Bitcoin. Why? She offhandedly says, well, because it's going to be higher in 20 years. And in 20 years, that 1 million Bitcoin will be able to wipe out half the national debt. I mean, she just says this. She just says it as if it's a fait accompli, which is Spanish for an accomplished fate.
So stupid.
All right? She just says this. Can you believe it? It's like she was there and she was saying, and NVIDIA is going to be like so much higher later on. So we just put all the money into NVIDIA stock because we know in 20 years they're going to be super high, and we use it to pay down the debt. Can you imagine if she said that? People would be, what are you talking about?
What do you mean? What's bad about that?
Bitcoin's been around less long than NVIDIA. So the only way they can guarantee, well, other than stupidity, the only way you could really guarantee that Bitcoin is going to be higher in 20 years is if you're the main buyer. So she's saying this offhandedly. Yeah, of course, if we're buying 1 million Bitcoin and the US government doesn't care what price they buy Bitcoin at, they'd rather buy it as high as possible.
Because that means it's a proven asset?
No, it means other people are buying into it and causing the price to go up.
That's what I mean, yeah.
And so they would love it to go up. It would just prove their case. And then it would go up and up and up. And they're like, well, if we're going to buy 1 million of it, of course it's going to rise. If we buy it, it's going to keep on rising. And so it's like when I hear about the art scene and they're like, oh, this painting's worth $100 million. And like, how's it worth $100 million? Well, because that person bought it for $100 million. Okay, but that doesn't mean the painting is worth $100 million. It just means the last guy was willing to pay $100 million for it. Yeah, that's how we determine the value of it. So now I can take out collateral on that. I could take out a loan, use that art as collateral in order to take out a loan for $50 million and use that $50 million to do other things. Yeah, you probably want to buy more art. So this is what she's saying. Let the price of gold, right? She's saying we're going to take assets that the US government has and we're going to value them correctly. And then we'll use that collateral, in this case gold, to buy the Bitcoin. She goes, it's not even coming out of the taxpayer pocket. It's not even coming out of the taxpayer pocket. Why? So you go, wait a second. Why was gold only valued at whatever 1974 prices? Why was gold? You mean this whole time you had this asset that was on the books? What is it? $35 an ounce, $40 an ounce, or whatever. You could have valued it at $4,000 an ounce, but you just haven't been. Why?
Do they even have the gold? I mean, weren't we supposed to go see Fort Knox on a live
She's not even
stream?
talking about the gold. She's talking about the gold certificates.
Oh.
That they can collateralize. Okay, wait. So the gold that we can see, valued at a price you set years ago and never changed, you now can just say, value it now at 4,000. That extra money, those certificates represent that, collateralize that, grab the money, and now buy Bitcoin. So easy. I thought Crystal Ball from Breaking Points, when she was talking about the $1 trillion coin that they should just print and then, eliminate the debt, and everyone was like, you're so crazy. So insane. I didn't realize a senator would be saying something even crazier, because that other thing, the minting the $1 trillion coin, the government can actually do that. That's like totally fine. They're able to do that. What they do is they lose credibility on the world stage and all that sort of thing, which Christine Lagarde talked about the other day. We won't go into it. Oh, it's so crazy.
It's like, to me, it seems like neo-alchemy, all right? Like normally you take a non-precious metal in alchemy and convert it into something precious, gold. But here it sounds like they're going to be taking gold and converting it into something more precious, which is Bitcoin.
Not even. They're going to take gold certificates and convert them. That's a magic trick. Oh, and by the way, why is gold going up so much? Why is gold going up so much? Who do you think is buying the gold? China. The Shanghai gold warrants. So China runs up the gold, then the United States can then collateralize that gold and then buy Bitcoin assets. What's one of the main producers of Bitcoin in the world? Asia. It's a whole nice little thing together. Peter, I don't care how they want to set up this conspiracy or Ponzi scheme or whatever. What I've been told is that the US government, at least over the next Donald Trump's second and third term, that what they want is for Bitcoin to own $1 million Bitcoin and have it to be high enough that it pays down the debt. Well, guys, back up the boat, get on, because if you think $100,000 is too expensive for Bitcoin, you ain't seen nothing yet.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
To me, it's all crazy. And then Scott Besson just came out today saying, like, oh, basically the deal with China is like basically a done deal, the tariff deal with China. So that we don't have to worry about that. So then, you know, we're not going to war with China, folks, then.
Okay, if they can buy 1 million Bitcoin and over 20 years, it'll pay half the debt, why not buy 2 million Bitcoin?
Right. That'll be the next. That'll be the thing. Like, she's saying 1 million as if they're like, oh, I'll carry the one, square root of this, 1 million. Really? 1 million is what she buy. She's saying 1 million because it sounds good.
Right.
And you know what also sounds good? 2 million.
And then we got Carney here. Did you hear what Carney said recently?
We have to separate ourselves from America?
Yeah, the decades long, whatever. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. First of all, Donald Trump's not going to be there forever. Second, like, what is America asking for that Canada can't give? Just seal up that border, give them what they want. Well, it's cheaper to rejigger the whole economy instead of it going north-south. It's going to go east-west. I mean,
Peter,
what
one
is
of Canada's main exports is fentanyl. They want us to stop doing that. That's in Saudi Arabia, not to do oil. Now, I know that Canada has other resources like oil on par with the Middle East, and we have lumber and electricity and water and minerals of all kinds and largest gold deposits in the world and all that
land.
sort of thing.
We have space,
but it would take so much time to build all those up. Oh my God! Fentanyl is so much easier.
I don't get why they're not building those AI data centers in northern Canada. Just short because people don't want to live there, but the cost to keep them cool will be drastically lower. But you know, people don't want to live up there. But they really should be building data centers north.
I forget what town it is. They've been heating the entire town with Bitcoin mining rigs. It's causing so much energy that they've been heating a town, funneling the heat to heat a town off of this.
Wow.
So the savings, I don't know. Whatever. Buy Bitcoin. Not financial advice. Do your own research.
So how are you feeling? What's your sentiment? If you were an emoji right now, if you were going to drop an emoji right now for what's going on with Bitcoin, what emoji would it be?
Eggplant.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. What I've been worried about is the top of the cycle. That's what I've been worried about. Top of the cycle.
Yeah.
But it's so hard for me to drop that narrative because yes, we're going to have a liquidity crunch, and I'm not boring you with all the details, but things are really bad under the plumbing, under the hood. But that's exactly how I felt during COVID. I saw COVID come in months beforehand. I put how much money down on that bet? And I was right on the first part of it, of the drop. But then I thought, they're locking down the world. It's going to drop even more. And I didn't realize the entire world can be shut down, but for DoorDash and Amazon. And the stock market will still double or triple. They want markets up and to the right. And as long as they have a gun to their name that's still working, it don't matter whether you're blue, purple, green, or what, they are going to print that money. They're going to make that stock market go up and to the right. And it don't matter how many Peter Schiffs are in the world, it's going up. So you better get on board or be left behind. Not like this. Not like this.
Alfred Dog 7167 in chat says, rocket, rocket, rocket. That's the emoji he's choosing.
That's right.
So, Tom, okay, 1064. 1064. Dunzo? It's finished?
The end of the Bitcoin cycle.
Yeah.
If it was going to happen, it was going to happen already. I'm still going to wait till the end of the month. But The 1064 is not some arbitrary thing. It's the 2.9 years bull market of the 4-year cycle. And so, and then you look at that, and Raoul Powell has done great work on this. It's like, it is part of the cycle. It's not made up. It's from the debt refinancing cycle. And the debt refinancing cycle is only next year. Only it comes up next year. What really sealed the deal for me was Kem Carson. Kem Carson from Kai Volatility, he was looking for a down in the market during these windows of weaknesses this summer and then also this fall. And then it didn't come, and he had to come out and go, look, I was wrong. I mean, he gave the different paths that can happen, and he favored one path over the other. And he goes, look, we didn't get the down. Structurally, there's no reason for it to fall until the next period of weakness, which technically is in December, but no one's going to be around. And so we have the stock market at all-time highs, crypto up, crypto's still pretty much up. Then you're going to have people coming into the new year with a fresh balance sheet, tons of new collateral. They could take more debt out and buy more stock market. That's what they're going to do. And so what happens beforehand? The Santa Claus rally. The Santa Claus rally is people know that that's what's going to happen in January, so they start buying it now, and then stock market goes up. Well, that's what we're seeing: stock market up and Bitcoin up. So I don't know what to tell you. I'm looking at what it says. That's what it's saying.
What's the Lord
It's
of
going to go up.
liquidity? What's the Lord of liquidity telling you?
What happens with the liquidity, because the plumbing is suffering right now. It's pretty bad. We talked about on Friday about was it with you talking about reverse repo and stand-in repo?
Yeah,
it's pretty bad, but it's bad in the sense that liquidity is so dry that the Fed can't optionally, or central banks can't optionally provide liquidity to markets. They are forced to do it. Right? These financial institutions must borrow, but that was always going to happen eventually. That eventually they can never turn the spigot off, and now just turn the spigot on or turn the spigot on more. So then the question is, well, is there a limit to how much spigot they could turn, how big this faucet can be? No, because they could always decide to buy the asset directly. They could always decide, okay, the liquidity is not working, let's just buy the asset. And if they buy the asset and the asset goes up in value, the collateral of the people who own it go up, and they now have more debt that they can take out. Presto changeo, liquidity.
From my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
So, long story short, until I see cracks in the market, like severe cracks that now we're going to fall, I'll be happy to turn short. But until then, I'm going to ride Icarus up into the sun, and I'm going to be ready to short when I'm ready to short. No need to take outsized risk, but the bias is up and to the right until March. Come back to me in March, February and March. We'll talk. You want some shorts? We'll talk then. All right, Peter. Futures are open. I got to get back to prop firm trading. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Daily Bread. We do that live now, live at night, around 11, 12 o'clock. I haven't chosen a specific time yet. Let's just get on board with the fact that I will be doing live. People have been loving it. People have been looking at I guess I'm one of the first people who are dropping the video on the subject at night. So when you wake up in the morning, I'm like the first guy there. So who else are you going to find doing a breakdown of Christine Lagarde talking on Face the Nation about the monetary policy? Not a lot of people. Even Real Vision's not going to have a clip about that yet. You know who does? Yeah, boy. All right, guys. So I've been Sacred Prophet, and I wish you. Oh God, Jesus, Zeus, please calm down. I wish you a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.
You want to prop firm trade now?
Yes. Wish me luck. I did not do well last week.
Follow your rules. It's not about what you can gain, it's about what you can lose.
I didn't take it outside risk. That's why I'm still in the game. The problem is I missed out on the massive